Every time you learn something, especially painfully, which really means you learned it, there's a bunch of things that you already knew that you had to let go of because they're wrong. And so there's no learning without sacrifice. And now that means is that there's no learning without the retooling of structures that you've already been using. And that's because you actually have a complete map of the world, always. But it's low resolution. It's low resolution. And then if you go out there and into a particular area that you've only mapped in a low resolution way, you'll learn details that force you to update the low resolution representation. And sometimes that can mean abandoning whole pieces of it because they're just wrong. You think this is like this. You think your girlfriend is like your mother. Well, you may find out that that's absolutely wrong, and the degree to which you use this low resolution map to map her, you're going to experience nothing but trouble. So in fact, in all likelihood, that's what you'll experience, because your girlfriend is not your mother, or at least she shouldn't be. So when you go out and you encounter something new, it always means the demolition of parts of you that are still unformed and incomplete. And so there's a sacrificial element to exploration. And that's partly why people don't like to talk to people who have ideas that are different than theirs. Because you might think, well, sure, we differ, why can't we just talk? If you know things I don't, all the better. But no, if you know something I really don't know, it's going to challenge something I already presume. And if it really challenges, it will disintegrate, and I'll do a little trip into the underworld before I can restructure myself. And if you really challenge me, it might be an almost complete dissolution. So who wants that? Well, here's how you want that. The only circumstance under which you will want that is if you know that the alternative is worse. Continual small updates differentiate you and make you strong. You shy away from that, your map stays low resolution, and you make yourself weak because you're not practicing that process of letting go and transforming, and letting go and transforming, because you want to become a master at that. You don't want to be a master at guarding your territory, even though that's extraordinarily useful. You want to become a master of taking the walls apart and extending them and building them up, and taking the walls apart and extending them and building them up. And that, because you'll never run out of utility for that. And that can mean that unknown becomes something that's your friend instead of your enemy. And that would be a wonderful thing, because of course people respond to the unknown as if it's their terrible enemy. It's like, don't be so sure about that. What you know might be your enemy. What you don't yet know might be the best friend you have. And it's highly probable, because what do you know? And there's an infinite number of things you don't know. So you might as well make friends with them. And then you also start to understand that you are precisely the thing that can move into the unknown as if it's welcoming, and grow and develop as a consequence. And that makes you a much different thing than the thing that has to be terrified of everything it doesn't understand. You're just in a permanent state of existential horror under those conditions. And you're dangerous to other people too, especially if they don't agree with you.